What's up, guys? It's Seek and Return Gaming here, and I'm going to talk about Elimination Chamber 2026. And the first match that I'm going to go over is Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee. Now, we know that Becky and AJ have had a few altercations and interactions in the past. And we know that Becky Lynch has not been Intercontinental Champion for that long. With that being said, I'm going to go that Becky Lynch retains the title at Elimination Chamber. However, I can see this feud kind of carrying over into WrestleMania. I can see Becky Lynch, or I can see AJ Lee kind of getting a moment at Mania where she potentially beats Becky Lynch for the title. Now, one thing that I don't know how long AJ Lee plans on staying. I don't know where her deal is. I don't know, any of that. But one thing that I don't want her to win the title. If she wins the title and just have it, just to have it. We're in an era right now where a lot of people kind of just have titles just to have them, and they're not really defending them. Jake Cargill is a prime example, and kind of Dominic now too. And I don't want that to be the case if AJ Lee wins it. And I also don't want it to be a thing where she just makes appearances here and there if she's going to have the title. So I'm going to go with Becky Lynch retains at Elimination Chamber, but I can see this feud carrying on into Mania, and AJ Lee possibly getting a Mania moment against Becky Lynch. Next match that I'm going to cover is Finn Balor versus CM Punk. We know that CM Punk beat Balor in his hometown, and Balor's kind of been in a weird spot where he's been he's listening to Punk with, Punk saying that the Judgment Day has, just been, bringing him down or weighing him down. But part of him wants to stay with the Judgment Day. Now, we know that after their match, the first match, that Balor ended up attacking Punk. And that kind of eventually led to this match at Elimination Chamber. And Balor's also kind of in a state where he's kind of wanting to prove himself. Now, I think something else is going to happen. I think something's going to happen in Elimination Chamber. I'm going to go with Balor wins against Punk. At Elimination Chamber, I'm going to go with Balor wins, that he wins the title. But I can see something happening. Because it's like the first match they had, Punk beat Balor clean. So I'm like, what could happen in this next one? So I'm going to go with Balor beats CM Punk for the title. Next match that I want to cover is, I'm going to go with the women's. Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to go with the women's Elimination Chamber match. Now, the winners Elimination Chamber match for me is very, very unpredictable, because we've got Kiana James, Asuka, Raquel, Alexa, Rhea, and Tiffany. Now, one thing that I hope that they don't just give the match to Rhea. I really hope they don't do that. Because this is for the SmackDown title. This is a shot at the SmackDown title. I could see Alexa Bliss kind of pulling out the dub. I could see her kind of pulling out the W and getting it. Another option is Raquel. I know Raquel's on Raw, but she could transition to SmackDown and and go on to beat Jade for the title. I think I'm gonna go with Alexa, but again, this was kind of I'm kind of tied between Alexa, Raquel, kind of right now. So I think I'm gonna go for Alexa winning the Chamber, and she maybe potentially goes on to win the title. It's been a while since Alexa's been champ, and she definitely deserves it. But I'm gonna go with Alexa goes on to win the Chamber. The next match is the men's Elimination Chamber match, and we've got Jey Uso, Javon Evans, Trick Williams, Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, and LA Knight. This is kind of another match where I hope that they don't just give the match to Cody. I really don't. This match is really interesting because the 2025 and leading into 2026, we've had so many injuries. So many storylines have gotten just pushed away because of injury. You think about, Chad Gable. You think about Rollins. You think about Braun not long ago. Now Bronson Reed also. We've gotten just storylines have just gotten destroyed because of injuries and just stuff happening. So Um, man, this match is tough. It's really tough. Who could win Elimination Chamber and go on? Again, I hope that they don't just give this to Cody. Um, I can maybe see Trick potentially getting it. I can see Trick maybe winning, but not beating Drew, but getting the dub. Um, and this one's kind of a crazy one that I'm gonna say, but I could maybe. What if Jay wins and Jay and Jimmy drop the titles before Mania? And what if Jay goes on to fight Drew at Mania? That's just like a complete brainstorm of what could happen. But yeah, I could see Trick, Cody, or Randy, or maybe LA Knight. I'm not against maybe LA Knight as well. I know LA Knight's been like a really interesting one because a lot of people they want they want the trigger pulled on LA Knight, but the trigger has not been pulled on him. And it seems like LA's gotten like so many opportunities, and it was time to just let him get the dub, let him get that big win, and it hasn't happened. So maybe Elimination Chamber is that big win he gets. But I could see Randy, Cody, LA, or Trick. Now I don't really know who I want to choose. I'm gonna sit on that one for a minute, but I don't know who I want to choose. And I believe I've covered all of the matches. But last but not least, what is in that freaking wooden box? What's in that freaking box? I honestly, there's been so many like different just opinions that people have been having. Some people are saying, well, if Jericho's in there, there's a lot of different like things. Honestly, I have no idea what's in that box. I could see Jericho because there's been a lot of speculation of Jericho returning, but honestly, I have no idea what's in that box. I really don't know. But I also kind of find it kind of weird. Like, why would Jericho return at Elimination Chamber? I don't know. But I don't know, man. I don't know what's in that box. Let me know what you guys think is in that box. And these are pretty much my predictions for Elimination Chamber going forward. So I'm going to go as a whole. I'm going to go Becky retains. Punk win, or I'm sorry, Becky retains. Balor wins. The men's Elimination Chamber, I didn't really pick a clear winner. I pretty much bounced between like Cody, Randy, LA, and Trick. And the women's, I pretty much gonna go Alexa. I could see someone else winning, but I think I'm gonna go Alexa as a whole. And I don't know what's in that box. So yes, those are my predictions for Elimination Chamber 2026. Let me know you guys' predictions. I hope you guys have a great day. Be blessed. I pray the Lord blesses your family, your friends, your life, your income, everything, your relationships, everything. I say, man,